And what if you could take a peek into the future and learn the lessons without making the mistakes? Would you seize the opportunity? Welcome to a time travel of sorts, an exploration into the often tumultuous, always enlightening period of one's 20s. In this video, we're going to share 7 life-altering lessons learned in the crucible of our own personal experiences during that defining decade. Each of these lessons, though born from individual journeys, carries a universal truth applicable to every one of us, regardless of where we are on our life's path. They serve as reminders, road signs, guiding us through the labyrinth of life, helping us to navigate its twists and turns with a little more wisdom, a touch more grace. From embracing failure to understanding the power of saying no, valuing time to prioritizing health, discovering the joy of giving to realizing the beauty of self-love, we'll delve into each of these lessons, so buckle up and get ready to take a journey into the depths of life lessons. In my early 20s, I thought failure was the end of the world, but boy, was I wrong. Let me take you back to a time when I was fresh out of college, eyes brimming with dreams, heart filled with hope. I had landed my first job, a fancy title and a decent paycheck, but within a few months I was fired. The reason? I couldn't handle the pressure and the workload. I felt crushed, defeated, and embarrassed. It was a dark time, and I remember thinking that I'd never recover. But here's the thing, that failure, as brutal as it was, became my greatest teacher. It forced me to confront my weaknesses, to reassess my strengths, and to question my work ethic. I had to dig deep, face my fears, and muster the courage to start again. Over time, I realized that failure wasn't a dead-end street. It was a detour sign, a redirection to a path that was better suited for me. It didn't make me less competent, it made me more resilient. I learned to adapt, to grow, and to persevere, and ultimately it led me to opportunities that I would have never discovered otherwise. Failure, my friends, is not the antithesis of success, it's an integral part of it. It's not something to be feared, but to be embraced. It offers lessons that success often can't. So remember, don't fear failure, embrace it, learn from it, and let it guide your path to success. Saying yes all the time in my early 20s quickly taught me the power of a simple no. There's a story I want to share with you. It was a time when my yes man persona led me down a path of overwhelm and exploitation. In my quest to please everyone, I found myself juggling multiple projects at work, volunteering for every event, and taking on responsibilities that were not mine to bear. I was the go-to guy for everything, and I thought this was a badge of honor. But it was a trap. It was a never-ending cycle of saying yes, feeling overwhelmed, and then feeling guilty for not meeting everyone's expectations. It was during this chaotic period that I realized the importance of setting boundaries and prioritizing myself. I learned that it's okay to say no. It's okay to step back and assess whether a request aligns with my values, my schedule, and my mental health. It's okay to prioritize my well-being over others' demands. The power of no is not about being negative or unhelpful. It's about understanding your worth, setting healthy boundaries, and making space for what truly matters to you. It's about respecting your time, your energy, and ultimately yourself. Remember, every yes you say means a no to something else, and sometimes that no could be the very thing you need for your growth, peace, or happiness. Don't be afraid to say no. It's not selfish, it's self-care. Time was a concept I took for granted in my 20s until one day I didn't. I remember it like it was yesterday, a golden opportunity to work with a renowned company. I kept procrastinating, thinking I had all the time in the world. But guess what? The deadline came and went, and I was left with nothing but a cloud of regret. That was a wake-up call. I realized time isn't just a ticking clock or a turning calendar page. It's a precious, non-renewable resource. Once it's gone forever. That's why it's crucial to manage our time wisely, to squeeze every drop of value from each moment. Whether it's about seizing career opportunities, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing passions, every second counts. So the lesson here is simple yet profound. Don't wait for the perfect time because it may never come. Start now, make the most of the present. Remember, time is the one thing you can't get back. Use it wisely. In my 20s, I learned that health is wealth, and it's not just a cliche. I was a young, energetic individual with a zeal for life that was second to none. I constantly pushed my boundaries, thinking I was invincible, ignoring the signs my body was giving me. I remember a time when I was juggling multiple projects at work, pulling all-nighters and foregoing meals. I was neglecting my health, thinking it was a small price to pay for success. But the human body has its limitations, and mine had reached its breaking point. One day I collapsed from exhaustion and ended up in the hospital. It was a wake-up call. That experience taught me that no amount of success is worth sacrificing your health for. It's akin to building a castle on a shaky foundation. It's bound to crumble sooner or later. Good health is the cornerstone of a happy, successful life. It's the engine that keeps us running, the vessel that carries us through our journey. It's not just about physical health. Mental health is equally important. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, adequate sleep, and regular medical checkups contribute to a healthy lifestyle. It's about making conscious choices every day that prioritize your well-being. Remember, it's never too early or too late to start taking care of your health. It's the best investment you can make for your future self. So take care of your health, because without it, nothing else matters. My 20s taught me that the secret to happiness lies in giving, not receiving. One of the most pivotal lessons that my 20s taught me was the profound joy of giving. There's an undeniable warmth that fills your heart when you extend a helping hand to those in need, a fulfillment that trumps material possessions or personal accolades. I recall a time when I helped a struggling student in my neighborhood with his studies. He was on the brink of dropping out, feeling lost and hopeless. I started tutoring him, spending hours explaining concepts and helping him regain his lost confidence. The day he passed his exams with flying colors, I felt an elation that was unparalleled. It wasn't just his success, it was the realization that I had played a part in changing his life's trajectory. That's the joy of giving. Kindness, empathy, and giving back to the community are not just noble virtues, they are the cornerstones of a fulfilling life. When we give, we create a ripple effect of positivity that reaches far beyond our immediate sphere. We inspire others to give, fostering a cycle of goodwill and compassion. The joy of giving is not limited to grand gestures or monetary donations. It's about making a difference, however small it may be. It's about lighting up someone's world with a simple act of kindness. Remember, the more you give, the happier you will be. The most important lesson I learned in my 20s was to love myself. It's a simple phrase, but it carries a world of meaning. Let me take you back to a time when I was struggling with self-esteem and self-worth. I'd look in the mirror and see nothing but flaws, insecurities, and a person who was never going to be enough. I was constantly comparing myself to others, always trying to achieve more, be more, do more. But no matter how hard I worked, how many accolades I received, it never felt enough. There was always someone smarter, more accomplished, more successful. It was a vicious cycle that left me feeling drained, unfulfilled, and frankly miserable. Then one day, something shifted. I stumbled upon a quote from Buddha that read, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." It was a concept so simple yet so profound. It was a wake-up call. I realized that I had been so busy seeking validation from others that I had forgotten to love myself. Learning to love myself wasn't easy. It took time. It took patience. It took a lot of unlearning and relearning. But it was worth it. I started by acknowledging my strengths and accepting my weaknesses. I started to treat myself with kindness and understanding, the same way I would treat a dear friend. I stopped comparing myself to others and started celebrating my own uniqueness. And slowly, I began to see a change. I felt happier, more content. I became more resilient, more confident. I was able to face challenges with courage and grace. I started to believe in myself, in my abilities, in my worth, and that made all the difference. Self-love is not about being narcissistic or self-absorbed. It's about acknowledging your worth, embracing your uniqueness, and treating yourself with kindness and respect. It's about loving yourself enough to make choices that are good for you, to set boundaries, to take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. So remember to love yourself. You're worth it.